It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the Jet, Kenny Smith. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Philadelphia as the 76ers go up against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. Chance tonight to see Jonas Valanciunas. He's a player who we keep waiting on to make that big leap. It's been a while now since he was drafted back in 2011. What needs to happen for him to be an all-star level center? Kenny?
Well, I think he needs to find consistency and rhythm to his game because he's got the size and touch that most bigs don't have. I haven't seen a big like that.
I agree with you, Kenny. Sometimes he shows flashes at times, but he needs to be impactful at all times. Not some of the times, all of the time.
Can you spell Valanciunas?
Yeah. Valen, V-A-L-E-N, Chunas, C-H-O-O-N-I-S, Valanciunas.
Very wrong, but very good, admirable effort.
Yeah, that was a
V-A-L-N-C-I-U-N-A-S.
Smart guy.
Yeah, that was you had the phonetic spelling.
That's right.
Down pat. Yeah. Here's Kevin Harlan, H-A-R-L-A-N.
"2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Our national anthem performer, Linda Lind, and we're getting ready to go. It's the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Earlier this season, it was Toronto who came out on top in the last matchup against Philadelphia.
And this is why scouting is so important. You've got to be able to identify those role players who can complement what your team does.
And you know what, Greg? Every team has guys that play different roles. As a matter of fact, most players in the league are role players. It's a matter of understanding your role and doing it well, because role players are just as important as the stars.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the strengths of this Toronto Raptors team is its continuity. DeMar DeRozan said it goes a long way. Everybody knows everybody's game. It's just second nature now. Sometimes chemistry can beat talent, and I think we have that chemistry, given they have seen a lot and grown a lot together.
That shared experience and corporate knowledge, so important, DA. Thank you. Clark, good rebounding teams tonight. What makes these teams so strong, so reliable on the glass?
Well, initially it starts with good, solid defense, because you're in better rebounding position when your defense isn't spread out and rotating. And then you locate players, box them out, master those basic fundamentals. And then the other thing is you pursue the ball. I mean, when it comes down to it, rebounding is about positioning and going after the ball.
Nice clean game, huh?
And so here we go, the 76ers to start it. Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Lowry and DeRozan are the 1 and the 2. They create so much offense. Ibaka is the 4, and Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Anunoby in at the 3, the small forward. Embiid, and it's blocked by Ibaka. Here's Anunoby, guarded by Simmons, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Saric. Here's Lowry, banked in off the glass.
Kevin, that's a nice display of patience inside from Lowry. Didn't rush his shot, takes his time, and really does a nice job sinking these high percentage looks.
Now here's Simmons. There's the pick. And Redick kicks to Fultz. Embiid with the screen on Lowry. Shot clock at 5. Here's Fultz. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that?
I know. I mean, I'm with you there. It just seemed as though they were sleepwalking their way through that entire game. It was, in my estimation, just inexcusable.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. Embiid the screen. Here's Redick. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Here's Anunoby. Second shot opportunity. Unable to get that one. And Philadelphia the other way now. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, they couldn't do any better than a shooting percentage in the low 30s on that night, guys, and that's pretty much a death sentence.
Yeah, I can't name a team that's going to find a way to win shooting like that. I mean, they never had a chance with the touch they had that night.
Now on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance. That's going to send Kyle Lowry to the line. That one on Embiid. Toronto shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And a lot of speculation, Greg, this past summer for where Kyle Lowry would end up. Ultimately, he decides to stay with Toronto.
Yeah, you know, Lowry visited other teams, but felt he had unfinished business in Toronto. And teams up with DeRozan so well. Just a great fit for both sides when you look at it.
Now, here's Redick. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Sacramento. From deep. Redick can't get that one to fall.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Here's Fultz, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Screen by Saric. Outside, Simmons. 5 to shoot. Can they get it? Saric, that's good.
That has to be a relief. First bucket was a long time coming.
And they knew they'd bury one eventually. I mean, just a matter of time. Let's see if they can build on that.
The drive by Lowry. Here's Ibaka. Second chance shot. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It's on Markelle Fultz.
So difficult to defend Ibaka inside the length, the improved strength, and he's one of those bigs who doesn't mind going to the line.
Throw good. Serge Ibaka. Well, having depth is such a big deal for these teams, Clark. As you get deep into the season, we see how these injuries begin to pile up.
Yeah, and they can hurt you. And you know they're going to happen. You've got to be lucky. A lot of it depends on your preparation and your preventative training. And that's not only on the training staff, but it's also on the players to take care of their bodies, get their rest, and do the things they need to do to try to be ready to play every game.
And Serge Ibaka, remember, it was a first-team all-defense selection. But over time, I think he's become more of a scoring-minded player, and I think that's affected his impact defensively.
Here is Lowry. Markelle Fultz making his last shot. 17-foot shot on the way. DeRozan, that's good. DeRozan's got his second bucket.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
And Embiid is right there. And Toronto has possession. Here's Lowry. 20 points for him last game against Charlotte.
And you know, Kevin, his creativity really on display that night. I mean, he was threading beautiful passes everywhere.
The 76ers trail by 6. And Serge Ibaka, the league leader in block shots for 2 years in a row in 2012 and 13, but he sends them back at about half the rate he once did.
Yeah, but even still, a pretty good shot blocker. You add in his finishing and outside shooting, and he's a player to be reckoned with.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though. And that was Lowry with that fire hydrant build setting the nice screen there.
Embiid with a screen on Lowry. Screen by Sharch. Fultz kicks to Redick. Kept alive. Here's Simmons. The layup missed.
Well, he's holding his team back. Really a hindrance. Can't make a thing. He's way off today.
No good from Valanciunas.
Well, at best, the defense was average. I mean, he must make sure to finish these layups. Got to make those.
Simmons left side. Out to the right wing. Embiid sets the pick for Fultz. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from 14. That shot misses. Good work defensively by Lowry. Raptors leading by 7. Outside DeRozan. Valanciunas with a screen on Simmons. Out to Ibaka. Jacks up a 3. Second chance effort. DeRozan. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Simmons got 4 rebounds in this game. The 19-foot shot. Simmons missing again.
And the defender was very apathetic there. Fortunately for them, he missed that mid-range jumper.
Lowry dishes to Valanciunas. Ibaka against Saric. Here's Valanciunas. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The 76ers trail by 7. Saric passes to Simmons. It's deflected.
I mean, his field goal percentage isn't good. He's not helping his team out there shooting this poorly.
Now, here's Lowry. He's got 7. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the 76ers.
And the three-point shot above the break has become a popular shot in the league, but not for them tonight. They're passing that one up and just trying to get their offense from closer to the hoop.
Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Valanciunas against Saric. Shot to end this cold run. No good from Simmons.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
Good. 9 points for Kyle Lowry. The 76ers trail by 9. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And since 2016, a new front office has taken over in Philadelphia. The new team motto, process to progress. They're looking to turn the corner here.
And the previous Sixers front office distinguished by their patience in rebuilding and, acquiring draft picks. That was the way they were going to build that team. Clark, do you think the Sixers will continue to show that patient approach?
Well, I think they're going to blend it. They're ready to push their chips in and try to win some games now. They want to be a playoff team as soon as possible. You can't continue to lose forever. They want to start winning, and they're on their way.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. Here's Van Vliet. 9 points last game. He feeds it to Miles. Over for Anderson. And it's rebounded by Covington. 76ers trailing 3-on-3. And Anderson kicks to McConnell. Anderson against Miles. Back to McConnell. 6 to shoot. A floater, and he sinks the layup.
Resplendent release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
Here's Van Vliet. He's covered by McConnell. Bertle, the pass to Van Vliet, and stolen by McConnell. And oh, here we go with Bayless. Nobody back. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. Now just a 2-point Toronto lead.
It's always a good thing when you see Bayless sprinting down the open court. I mean, he eats up space rapidly.
Here's Van Vliet. He's covered by McConnell. Siakam kicks to Van Vliet. And again, no good by Toronto. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Anderson wide open. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Pass to Van Vliet. Johnson with the block.
Excellent defensive commitment that time from Johnson. He's always there and present.
Anderson against Miles. Lets it go. And the 76ers get it back. Got a piece of it. To end the drought, Johnson with the block. And now the 76ers on the break. Here's McConnell. Another shot. And there's the nice layup by Johnson. Johnson's got the game tied up here for the 76ers.
You know, you look at Johnson, he's in that upper echelon when you talk about offensive rebounders, so you've got to account for him.
Pass to Miles. It's stolen by Johnson. Out to the right wing. Wide open. Not enough on that one as it misses. Toronto shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Here's Miles. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And C.J. Miles, a lefty swingman. Clark, he's got some range on his shot.
He's already been a decade plus in the league and one of the last guys to come straight from high school to the NBA. He's carved out a nice stretch for himself as a pretty good 3-and-D player.
Free throw good, Miles. And the Raptors, unique in the NBA, they have a whole nation behind them.
And basketball continues to gain in popularity, especially with the younger generation in Canada. The Raptors are coming to relevance at the perfect time, and the rabid fan base energized by how competitive this group's been the last couple seasons.
And Clark, a lot of former players had a specific instance when they knew they were special, the way they played the game of basketball. Did you ever have a moment like that where you realized that you could make it as a player?
Yeah, there was a time when that became more realistic to me, Kevin. And I grew up in Cleveland, and during the summers, a lot of the Cleveland Cavaliers would stay in the area and play pickup basketball to stay in shape. And I got a chance to bump heads with a lot of those guys, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow, Austin Carr, Dingo Smith, Mike Mitchell. And I was only 15, 16 years old. And while those guys were going at half speed, it gave me the encouragement that I might be able to get to where they were if I continued to work hard and stay healthy. So at 15 or 16, during one of those summers, I began to realize that I might have a chance to realize the dream of being an NBAer.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses.
Well, you know, you talk about an NBA body. Justin Anderson, 6'6", about 230 pounds. As I recall, he posted a 43-inch vertical in the NBA Combine. That's elite strength and athleticism.
And he's good on the second. Clark, you know, it's interesting. The league is going towards small ball, but there's a demand for strong physical wings, and Justin Anderson certainly fits the bill.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. As more power forwards stray and navigate to the perimeter, you want guys who can defend shooting guard through power forward, and Anderson has the body strength and quickness to do that.
The shot's good, and the Raptors lead by 3. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. McConnell passes to Anderson. Anderson with the screen for Johnson. Johnson the screen. Just 5 to shoot. Here's McConnell. And a miss there on the triple. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
And he makes that one.
And when Pirtle sees a guy on his team open, he finds him right away, whipping that pass there directly.
And it's the 76ers with the ball, trailing by 5. Here's Bayless. The 76ers get it back at a new 24. The 76ers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Shots.
And the first one drops.
And that versatility that Johnson offers has a huge upside. He's mobile and strong enough that he can defend either front court position, and that's a great tool for any team to have.
And Johnson drops them both. Raptors leading by 3. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Siakam, defended by Covington. Van Vliet kicks to right. Shot clock at 5. Here's Miles. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Anderson. Kyle Lowry firing on all cylinders for the Toronto Raptors. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And Serge Ibaka, known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled in him.
He trusts you. Every time he passes the ball, when you don't shoot, he's screaming you, shoot ball. Then next time what? You will shoot. And if you miss, you say, yeah, good shot. You know, and your coaches in the practice talking to your teammates. Man, when Serge is open, give him the ball. He will make that shot.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is, huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. Taking a look here at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What have they been doing or not doing, in your opinion?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So the Raptors 5 right now. They've got Pirtle. White is out there with C.J. Miles. And it's Siakam in at the 4-man position. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Raptors coach Dwayne Casey talked about the chemistry on his team. He said, we couldn't be better. There's no ego, no hidden agendas. Guys understand their roles. Kyle Lowry told me, we're a complete team, 15 deep, and we really mean that. You never know whose time it's going to be. Kevin?
And DA depth is a crucial part of any team's success. Knowing you can rely on your teammates to step up is huge. Anderson outside. Johnson sends the screen for Anderson. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And the athleticism of Anderson is really impressive, slashing to the rim with ease. Excellent speed allows him to do that.
And Brett Brown, such a great fit in Philadelphia. He loves the town, loves the game, loves to coach. He says about the town, Clark, it reminds him of his hometown.
Well, that's nice to hear because he does embody a lot of the grit that you come to know and expect from Philadelphians. I mean, it reminds him of where he's from. He's faced the media through tough times. He's always candid and forthright. And he's coaching with a long lens, as he put it, building towards something great. And, man, I tell you, that passion and enthusiasm just oozes out of him, which is pretty cool to see.
And the first one at the line is good.
And in today's game, we're really so used to thinking of passing as the key to an efficient offense. But this Raptors club, they do it a different way. For them, the screen is the assist, giving their guards space to pull up or attack the rim.
No good on the second free throw. And the Raptors for the last few seasons, Greg, right at the bottom of the league in assists.
Yeah, but nevertheless, they do make good decisions. They're a low turnover team, and they've been pretty efficient offensively. One area where you can offset that is by their ability to get to the free throw line, because that puts a lot of pressure on your defense with their ability to attack.
And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Anunoby, he's checked in for Wright. The 76ers trail by 10, and Philadelphia calls time here. And Valanciunas out of Lithuania, the 5th overall pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he's still quite young. You know, a lot of talent offensively. Defensively, he's probably had less of an impact, but that's where he has to take the next step. And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflating.
And while we have a moment, let's check the stats for DeRozan. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. First in scoring, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Now here's Embiid. He's coming off a 16-point game against Sacramento.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. Couple blocks in that game as well.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Raptors.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
One shot.
And the speed of the NBA is something that just can't be measured until you experience it. So, Clark, when you take that into account, who are some of the quickest players right now in the league?
Well, I think you start with Russell Westbrook and John Wall. I don't think there's anybody in the league quicker than those guys with the ball. Those guys can go. Oh, wow. Are you? Oh, my goodness.
And he just glides to the hoop on his drives. DeRozan's got plenty of force to his game. Don't get me wrong, but he makes everything look so effortless.
Embiid the screen. Volts kicks to Saric. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. Back to Saric. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Saric has got 5.
Just a tremendous feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
Valanciunas sets a screen for Lowry. Passes it to Anunoby. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
I agree with you. I mean, they just look comfortable out there, taking what the defense gives them and then capitalizing with no real problem at all.
Screen by Ibaka. And DeRozan kicks to Ibaka. His shot is good, scores his third basket in 6 tries, shooting 50%.
Yeah, high percentage look there for Ibaka. He can be automatic in there when given room.
Outside, Simmons. The dish to Sharch. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And the wide open shot from Redick. Offline with his 3.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
Philadelphia with the ball. 8-point game. And here's Fultz. He's coming off a 16-point game against Sacramento.
Yeah, passed the ball well that last time out. Pinpoint passes and racked up a bunch of assists.
It's stolen by Fultz. Jumps up and finished off by Fultz.
And I like how aggressive Fultz is. I mean, excellent breaking down the defense in the open floor with his speed. Fantastic work.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Lowry dishes to DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. And that's now 10 points for DeMar DeRozan. Fultz the pass to Embiid. They set the pick. Embiid the screen. Here's Simmons. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Outside Lowry. Trying his luck deep. Tries again. And the rejection by Embiid.
And Embiid is a determined defender. I mean, swatting away shots. He's got excellent reach and timing. Makes him a good shot blocker.
Shot from 12. Bank shot. No good. Raptors leading by 8. Anunoby passes to Lowry. There's the feed to Ibaka. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And the 76ers call time here. And the Sixers, Clark, this summer traded away a pick to move up and take Markelle Fultz. But still, they have a surplus of draft picks in the pipeline.
Great young talent, no doubt, guys, with more on the horizon. You know what? They've got a wealth of assets that should transform this Sixers team over the next few seasons.
Now Fultz. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Embiid the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Simmons slams it in.
Excellent concentration that time by the 6'10" Simmons. Very good at completing these chances despite the defense's best efforts.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
And, you know, anytime your game is compared to LeBron James, that's a heavy mantle, no doubt about it. But, you know, with Simmons' size and point guard skills, I certainly can appreciate where people might make that comparison and can actually see some mild similarities.
Here's DeRozan, and he banks in the layup. DeRozan's got the lead up to 10 now for the Raptors.
And you want to talk about high-volume scores. Just look at what DeRozan's doing tonight. He's been on a mission, putting his mark on this game in a big way.
And the pass to Saric. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. Here's Saric.
Always having had the size and quickness to be an elite defender, Ibaka has perfected his fundamentals as well.
The drive by Lowry. Here's Anunoby. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. And Simmons at 6'10", a rare combination of size, strength, athleticism, and elite playmaking ability.
No question, Kevin. He's a drive and kick dime dropper supreme. I mean, this guy whips bullet passes with ease and great vision and plays downhill, too.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Amir Johnson's checked in for Embiid. Justin Anderson comes in for Saric. Jared Bayless is checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. Anderson kicks to Johnson. Back to Anderson. Pass to McConnell. Johnson the screen. Johnson with a screen on Miles. 5 to shoot. Here's Anderson. He makes that one drop. Only a second and 5 tries.
Man, gotta like the confidence of Anderson inside, showing excellent patience and a nice soft touch near the rim.
Van Vliet passes to DeRozan.
And really, DeMar DeRozan is a master at what he calls body hunting. That ability to just kind of draw fouls. I think he and James Harden actually are the guys that have really kind of set the tone for how to create those opportunities to get to the line.
He misses the free throw.
And guys, you have to be able to knock down your free throws. Struggling with that this quarter. Good way to let your opponent back in the game.
And the 76ers making a change here. Covington's checked in. He hits the second from the line.
Boy, DeRozan is a treat to watch. This guy is athletic, and he throws down some monster dunks. This dude is sick at the rim.
And Bayless kicks to Johnson. Johnson sets the screen for Anderson. McConnell in the corner. There's the triple. Siakam pulls it in. And DeMar DeRozan, always, Greg, among the league leaders in free throw attempts.
And when you look at him, 6'7", 220 pounds with tremendous athleticism, he has got all the tools. Beyond, though, that attack mentality, he's a savvy basketball player. Those little shot fakes, his footwork helped this guy live at the line.
He's made one and missed one so far in the game. First free throw is good. Clark, when you played, did you have any superstitions or a game day ritual that you would follow?
Superstitions are a waste of time in my book, Kevin. I had none, not any. I like my pregame nap. I'd get a good pregame meal, and then it was about focusing on my assignment for that particular game and night or day. Superstitions, I know a lot of guys have them. They weren't part of my toolkit.
Both free throws good from DeRozan.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. much more aggressive here in the second.
And here's Anderson for three. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
Yeah, I think he's trying to put this one away, quite honestly. I mean, it feels like he can lay it up against any type of defense, and he can.
Now, here's McConnell. Defense right on him. Fast break, Toronto. Dishes to Miles. Stolen by Anderson. Jumps up. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul. It'll go to the line. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Simmons.
And these sorts of nights can happen. I mean, an extremely rough outing from him in terms of his efficiency. And at this point, the only thing you can hope for is to try to get into some sort of rhythm. Get a couple in a row, try to get to the free throw line and build some confidence.
Shoot 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And for the Sixers this summer, all the talk was whether they'd get the Lakers pick if it fell outside the top 3. They end up swapping picks with the Kings, who jump into the top 3.
Yeah, and the Kings ended up, Kevin, getting the Sixers pick at number 5. Still a jump from the 8th spot in the draft order, so not all bad for them. That goes back to 2015 when the Kings made a trade to clear cap space for Rajon Rondo.
Van Vliet kicks to Pirtle. He dishes it to Miles. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And Miles is a pretty well-rounded player. I mean, he's a guy who scores at a fairly efficient clip and can defend multiple positions pretty well.
Well over a decade in the NBA for C.J. Miles, taken straight out of high school by the Jazz back in 2005.
And he's just now entering his 30s. A good floor spacer and solid defender at the 2 or 3 spot.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And you look at the Raptors, one of the top teams in the East, Greg, but do they have a chance to go all the way?
I think they're a threat to make the finals. Can they win it all? They may be a piece or 2 away, but still a young and aggressive core. They continue to try to add pieces, and this is a group that has proven they want to win and win now. And for the Sixers, trust the process was the motto. And the process now finally bearing fruit. You see the young talent. Now it's about figuring out how all these pieces fit together.
Now here's Bayless, guarded by Wright. 4 on the clock. Here's Covington. Here's Johnson. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Johnson's got his second basket of the night. Raptors leading by 11. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Feeds it to Pirtle. Pass to Siakam. Outside for Miles. Miles with another miss. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Passes it to McConnell. Anderson outside. A 3-pointer off the mark. And we've reached halftime in this one. Raptors lead by 11. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kyle Lowry. Kyle, you came out strong to take advantage in the first half. Were you pleased with the effort?
Yeah, we got to keep it up. Our defensive intensity has to stay high.
That has led to some great play at the other end. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. DeMar DeRozan putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He ended up with 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Raptors.
I like what I saw from DeMar DeRozan. He stayed in attack mode. You talk about slashers. He took over that first half.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Philadelphia?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
Well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
And, you know, Greg, I like how they've set the pace. There's a lot of time left in this one, so there's no rush. You don't have to go 70 miles an hour. Keep it at about 45.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Toronto leading by 11. Redick and Simmons are the 2 and the 3. Saric is out there with Embiid, and it's Fultz in at the point guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Here's Simmons. Here's Saric, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. The 76ers have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
And this year they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season. 2.
And that one falls from Saric. Saric nails them both. Toronto leading by 9. Screen by Ibaka. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Valanciunas sets a screen for Lowry. To the inside. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Kevin, it's nice to see Lowry dish the rock. I mean, I enjoy watching him pass the ball because he's got a nice feel for when to get it to his guys for an open shot.
And the 76ers shooting a low 30% right now. An ugly offensive performance. Fultz kicks to Saric. He feeds it to Simmons. That shot misses. So the Raptors will take it the other way.
Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
Lowry dishes to Ibaka. Over Fultz. Ibaka, no luck.
You must make that one. Even with the defense present, these are shots you have to finish.
There's a good screen. Fultz kicks to Saric. Now the dish to Simmons. Goes back up. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Sometimes you just have no way of stopping Simmons on the interior. I mean, he's a very skilled player who gets these calls routinely.
And Ben Simmons said he didn't take a lot of outside shots in college because he didn't need to. He could get to the rim pretty much at will.
Well, he'll find that will not be the case at this level. His shots inside will be challenged a lot more. His perimeter shot has been the question mark, and that's where I think he's got to improve.
2.
No good on that one.
Boy, the athleticism that Simmons has is downright scary. I mean, remarkable the talent this man has and the potential, I think, to be a multi-time All-Star.
And he's good on the second. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Outside Lowry. Screened by Valanciunas. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. And that'll be his third foul so far. The 76ers trail by 10. Fultz the pass to Šarić. Fultz kicks to Embiid. Screen by Šarić. Fires from the line.
You know, sometimes rest can do more harm than good. It certainly looks that way for them. They've been cold coming out and have yet to find the bottom of the net.
Outside Lowry. DeRozan with a screen for Lowry. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Simmons kicks to Šarić. The shot missing.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
DeRozan and fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. That one on Embiid.
He gets right to the rim, but the defense there to deter him.
I really like that he didn't shy away from the contact at all. I mean, he was determined to get to the basket no matter who was offering the resistance.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Both free throws good from DeRozan. The 76ers trail by 12. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Timeout called, the 76ers. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Fultz kicks to Redick. Embiid with a screen on DeRozan. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Well, J.J. Redick had quite the interesting free agency period. Greg, ultimately he signs with the 76ers on a huge 1-year, $23 million deal.
Yeah, and this is the team that wanted him. Great fit with his shooting, something that they obviously needed. And Redick had a lot of suitors, but he saw something developing with this young Philly core.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The free throw drops for Redick.
And J.J. Redick with the prototype when it comes to his release point on that jump shot. So quick off the catch. Always has his feet set and squared and ready to deliver that dagger.
And both free throws good for Redick. Hey, Greg, with Redick, that great shooting form he has is one of the reasons his game has aged so well.
And a lot of people wondered if Redick would be able to last in the NBA when he was drafted. Might have one of the longest careers of that draft class. Just keeps producing at any age.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, "I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post." I agree. Kevin?
Well, the centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint. Here's Embiid. Nice D from Valanciunas.
Tough miss, especially since the defense wasn't that strong. I mean, he needs to cash in from there.
It's stolen by Fultz. And here we go. Saric all alone.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Now the feed to Valanciunas. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, it's good to see him with this free throw percentage up over 80.
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. The 76ers trail by 11. Saric dishes to Simmons. Now here's Fultz. Defense right on him. Saric just screen on Lowry. And Redick kicks to Fultz. Just 5 on the clock. The 15-footer. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Ibaka's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's DeRozan. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got 6 assists here tonight.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. The killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
The pass to Anunoby. There's a good screen. It's tipped. Outside, Simmons. Kicks to Saric. Over Ibaka. Good on that shot, and with that, the Toronto lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Saric. Outside Lowry. He kicks to DeRozan. Pass to Anunoby. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. The 76ers shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Now the Raptors moving it up. Back to Ibaka. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. And a look here at the shot chart for the Raptors.
And this is a grown man shot chart right here. Not too much going on outside, but look at how things are for them in the paint. They are attacking the rim and not settling for the jump shot. And right now, it's paying off in bunches. If I'm them, then I'd continue to do the same thing going forward until an adjustment is made.
The 76ers trail by 10. Fultz with the ball. Embiid the screen. Redick with the 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Screen by Saric. Fultz kicks to Simmons. Ball stolen. Here's DeRozan. And again, it's Toronto converting.
And I think they're winning because of him. I mean, he's hitting a lot of his shots right now.
Embiid sets the pick for Fultz. There's the pick. Lets it go from the wing. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones. And what a take from Lowry, using that quickness to just blaze to the rim.
The 76ers trail by 16. Fultz the pass to Šarić. Dishes it to Fultz. 76ers moving the ball around. Embiid, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him. And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Fultz dishes to Redick. Feeds it to Fultz. Over Lowry, and Fultz gets it to go. Fultz has got 6.
Boy, it's so good to see how under control Fultz is. I mean, even when the defense is trying to rattle him, shake him up, distract him, it doesn't bother that sweet jumper.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And for Joel Embiid, some real tough times to start his NBA career. Greg sidelined, as we know, for the first 2 seasons with injuries. And just when he got going in season 3, he was dealt a knee injury.
Yeah, it has not been easy. And remember, Joel Embiid is so competitive. You know, he came to the game late, but fell for it hard. And this is what he lives for, to be out on the court helping his team compete.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Johnson left side, shoots over Pirtle. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Van Vliet kicks to Siakam. It's good. Siakam's got his second basket of the night.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
The 76ers trail by 16. Pass to Bayless. And it's Covington atop the key. Anderson outside. He dishes it to Johnson. Clock at 6. Here's the screen. Covington inside the line. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Pirtle's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Right, the pass to Siakam. Rebounded by Covington. The 76ers shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. Up top, Bayless. Johnson with a screen on right. Offensive rebound. A second chance effort. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
That's good from Johnson.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
So Johnson hits 2 of them. Raptors leading by 14. Here's Van Vliet. He has 5. Siakam. Almost, but it rolls out.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
The 3 from Anderson. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 4 rebounds in this game. Passes it to Siakam. And he's good on the 3 ball. Siakam's got his third basket of the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Johnson kicks to Bayless. Johnson with a screen on right. Here's Bayless. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Bayless has got his second basket of the game.
And, you know, Bayless is really lethal in pick and roll sets. It's extremely helpful having a guy like him who knows when to shoot and when to pass.
Miles dishes to Pirtle. Over Johnson. Johnson with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Six on the shot clock. Here's Siakam.
Boy, I tell you, the long reach of Covington really bothering shooters. I mean, he enjoys making life difficult for whoever he's assigned to.
Shoots. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Oh no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
First one falls for him.
And, you know, I think veteran leadership traits that Bayless exudes, really the reason he's so highly revered around the league. Somebody that this team looks to both on and off the court.
Here's Van Vliet. He's got 5. The pass to Siakam. Shoots over Covington. Second chance shot. The Raptors rebound. Pirtle with the ball. Johnson on him. And the Raptors miss again. The 76ers trail by 13. Here's McConnell. Looking for Anderson. He gets it there. They get it back. Count it. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter.
Really active down there, imposing his will and force and seeing his efforts pay off.
29 seconds left in the third. Van Vliet kicks to Pirtle. Three-pointer right. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Anderson outside. Inside. Johnson, the pass to McConnell. Baseline J on the way. Second shot opportunity. Here's Johnson, and the lead is down inside single digits. Johnson's got 12.
You know, Amir Johnson is a problem inside. A big, powerful guy who's able to use his size well close to the bucket.
And so it's Toronto. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Right back after this break. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
Get the pass, attack. Pass, attack. But down there, we got to get stopped.
Dwayne Casey focusing on ball movement and finishing strong, but also getting it done on D.
Yeah, getting stops and then taking care of the boards. It's only working if you get control of the basketball.
3 quarters in the books, folks. Glad to have you with us. Welcome back as we get going. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. They've got Wright. C.J. Miles is out there with Pirtle, and it's Van Vliet in at the 1 spot.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
And here are the Raptors now. Right side. No good with the triple. The 76ers trail by 6. Here's Bayless. And it's Wright sending it back. Anderson against Miles. The shot from the low post is good.
Well, when you give Miles space to roam near the rim, he's going to finish inside with a variety of moves.
Now, here's McConnell. He's covered closely. Johnson the screen. Another miss by Philadelphia. Toronto leading by 8. Van Vliet kicks to Wright. Johnson with the block. But they get it back. There's the dish to Pirtle. Oh, and here comes Anderson all alone. Comes up empty down low. The Raptors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Wright outside and stolen by McConnell. The Raptors making a switch here. Lowry's checked in. On defense, the Raptors. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. And it's blocked. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got the fast break chance.
Boy, you've got to be careful when guarding Miles now. He's brilliant at drawing contact.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2. Two shots.
The first one falls. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Redick comes in for Jared Bayless. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Raptors. Ibaka comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Miles drops them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
The 76ers trail by 10. Simmons dishes to Redick. Screen by Saric. And Redick, here we go. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Great setup right there. Calling for the pick and roll. Redick getting the separation he wanted to keep it and convert.
Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Screen by Ibaka. Valanciunas passes to Lowry. In the corner, Ibaka with it. Fires from deep. Simmons pulls it in. Simmons got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Redick with the 3. Redick can't get that one to fall. Raptors leading by 8. And Valanciunas kicks to Wright. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Outside Lowry. Shot clock at 6. Wright outside. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. And the Raptors lead by 11.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, they're dialed in. Locked and loaded from outside the arc. It's all about the triple so far.
Redick can't get that one to fall. The Raptors have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Lowry dishes to Miles. Right against Redick. Right, the pass to Valanciunas. 11 feet away. And that one hits back iron.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Redick for three. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there. And Clark, the topic of the need for league parity is something that's come up the last few years. Is that necessary for a healthy NBA?
I don't think so, Kevin. I mean, you can have it both ways. You can have tremendous popularity and success when you have a dominant team or two or three. And you can also have it when there's great competitive balance. Currently, we have a circumstance and situation where the league is top-heavy in terms of championship contenders. But that won't last forever. And there will be a graduating back to a more competitive balance in time. So I think you enjoy the ride for what it is in the season and seasons that you have, whichever side of that coin you have.
And Kyle Lowry over the last few seasons slimmed down about 15 pounds. He's, Greg, been playing the best basketball of his career.
No doubt. He's still got that low center of gravity, almost like a bowling ball. He just gets under his man, and his strength and tenacity enable him to create chaos at both ends of the floor.
Roof shots.
Free throw drops for Lowry.
And I like how scrappy and aggressive Lowry is on the court. And it's easy to see how much his teammates enjoy playing alongside him.
Both good from the line that time.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see.
Now here's Fultz. Lowry covering. DeRozan against Simmons. Over DeRozan, and the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Simmons.
That, to me, is good use of the mid-range J by Simmons, taking whatever the defense gives him out there.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan, shoots over Redick, and again, Toronto no up.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
He's having a tough quarter, scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap.
To the inside, it's stolen by Saric. Now here's Fultz. He's guarded closely. Saric just screen on Lowry. Fultz, the shot, no good. So the Raptors will take it the other way. 17 points was their biggest margin. Anunoby, good. And the Raptors lead by 13.
The D was all over him, but they just couldn't react in time to stop that quick reverse.
Philadelphia's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Now here's Fultz. Embiid sets the pick for Simmons. Up again. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Toronto leading by 13. Lowry dishes to DeRozan. Valanciunas passes to Anunoby. Ibaka with a screen on Simmons. They get the rebound. Shots good by Ibaka.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
And here's Fultz. It's Redick on the wing. DeRozan defending. Redick with the bucket.
He wasn't able to get his name in the score sheet in the first half, but he looks like he's starting to find his comfort zone here.
Screened by Valanciunas. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. The reverse. Got a piece of it, and he recovers it. Here's Valanciunas. And finally, that one's good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Here's Fultz. The rebound by Ibaka. Here's the Raptors with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Back to Lowry. Ibaka outside. Another miss by Ibaka.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Redick, and DeRozan sends it back. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Oh, man. DeRozan, his interior game, worthy of much respect. When he gets the ball in a good spot, he goes to work.
One shot, gentlemen.
A free throw dropped for DeRozan. The 76ers trail by 18. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Fultz kicks to Redick. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. Sharch has the open look. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Great game for him. Double-double now. 11 points and 10 rebounds. Outside Lowry. And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. Yep, that one goes. Valanciunas has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Embiid is at the elbow. Redick against DeRozan. Here's Simmons. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim.
And I tell you, all Simmons needs is a little breathing room. He's dynamite off the pass.
Outside Lowry. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. He tries for three, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Sharch has got 8 rebounds in this game. Redick dishes to Simmons. Over Ibaka. And Simmons gets it to go on the assist from Redick. Redick's got 4 assists in the game. Screened by Valanciunas. Goes up off the pick. And DeRozan throws it down.
And that's what makes Lowry a great floor leader. Just unselfish in his attitude and great awareness of how to keep his teammates involved.
They set the pick. Sharch outside. And the 3 off target. Raptors leading by 16. And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. Now Lowry. To the paint. Here's Ibaka. Here's Valanciunas. And the rejection by Embiid. Philadelphia's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Got that bucket in no time at all.
Really like the quick decision-making of Fultz there, Kevin. Excellent at surveying the floor for the open teammate.
Screened by Valanciunas. And Kyle Lowry, good for 3. Lowry's got 5 points now this quarter.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
Redick against DeRozan. Screened by Ibaka. Lets the 3 fly. Got a hand on it.
Excellent timing that time from Fultz. And I like the edge that he plays defense with. That's impressive for a young guy.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
DeRozan against Redick. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Valanciunas sets a screen for Lowry. Here's DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. And that's 31 points for DeMar DeRozan. We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them, huge margin of victory for Toronto.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And I felt like by making those sharp in-game adjustments, they've really taken control of this season series now. This win will move them to 2-0 on the season with 2 left to play against the Sixers.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for DeMar DeRozan.
And, you know, he was really important today. Integral, taking and making shots time and time again.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Johnson, he's checked in for Embiid. Robert Covington comes in for Saric. Jared Bayless is checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. There's the pick. And there's the feed to Bayless. Johnson the screen. Here's Simmons. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And really, Simmons makes it look elementary, simple. I mean, the way he attacks defenses from multiple angles is hard to deal with if you're defending him.
Outside DeRozan. Pass to Siakam. Wright sets a screen. Siakam misses. Bayless from long range. DeRozan with the rebound. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, this team is playing well together. How are you encouraging and fostering that sense of all of you being together and playing well?
We're just making everybody comfortable, making each and everybody on this team comfortable. If it's jump shots, if it's attacking the basket, you know, even if it's on the defensive end, you know, we're just giving each other confidence every time we practice.
And it sure looks like it out there tonight, DeMar. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you later.